Hello, somebody, anybody, nobody, whoever may never see this. This is Siegfried Alexander Faust, the way I've come back at you with some more Warhammer 40k. This time, I'm going to be doing the Drukhari army. Spoilers, there's harlequins. So, if you have any questions, etc., about my videos, about me, about 40k, about life, feel free to put it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. All that content. Plug-in jazz. So, without further ado, Drukhari. This is going to be the two patrols. The Patrol of Drukhari with the Traveling Troop Patrol of Harlequins. With the update from the data slate nerfing Void Weavers. So, without further ado. So the point of this army is to go fast, hit hard, and it kind of has options to deal with Swarm if that is an issue. And if not, then don't worry about it. Because I always forget the blade name. I need to pull it up. Uh, the where is this bloody thing? Oh, they updated it. Cool. But now it's annoying. What? Where is this crap? Oh, Eviscerating Flyby. That's what it is. So, Eviscerating Flyby. This is a Witch Cult Patrol Detachment because Eviscerating Flyby is so good. So, there's no cap on it like some other Mortal Wound things right now. So, if your opponent, say, brings a blob of 20 Necron Warriors, in your movement phase, you have the ability to do 20 Mortal Wounds. You just wipe them with 1-for-1 CP. Like, bro, what is that? The possibility is just, it's too good. It's too good. So, in this patrol detachment, you're going to have two Void Raven bombers because dropping a bomb is good regardless. You're going to have one 5-girl squad of witches, with Painbringers to hopefully make them a bit tankier for what it's worth, but they're probably going to die. But hopefully, the goal is for them to protect the succubus long enough, at least one turn. God damn it, so she can get in and mess some people up. And then the Harlequins. You will notice some irony here. This is a Drukhari detachment. This is a Drukhari army. Per the rules, it is. But, Harlequins, though. While there are good things for the Drukhari, I fervently believe that most of the Harlequin stuff is superior. Anything you could do, I could do better. Now, the Skyweavers, yes, if you do not fight a vehicle, then they're at a disadvantage with the Haywires, which you do go Haywires because if you do fight a vehicle, oh my lord, they are efficient. Not nearly as efficient as they used to be, but they're still good. They used to be nutty good. That they were. If you thought Void Weavers were bad, I guarantee these were way better when it came to dealing with vehicles. My dog is a growling. I get a bork in a second. So let's see. So the Void Raven bombers, they'll drop a big AOE bombs. They have. This is incorrect because I believe they have 2 dark sides equipped, unless I'm mistaken, or something else. Um, but the Eviscerating Flyby is just such a good stratagem, and hopefully this will be able to get into melee if so needed. If not, that's fine, because you just punish your opponent and try to control center of the board, and let them deal with all your bullshit. That's going to be your go fast stuff. So your Void Weavers are very efficient. Of course, they're going to have the prismatics on them, and they're going to be just sitting in the back, laying down the pain. You're going to charge in your Sky Weavers because they can move 22 inches and still do stuff. Why? Because they're going to be light, because light is broken. So they get to move 16. Oh, but you know what? So they were right behind the other one. Now they're there. Here's a good example, right? Let me literally do like the board. So this is gonna be like if it was horizontally, that'd be like how the board is split. So these guys will just move 16. We'll just put them here, and then they can advance a full auto 6. So Now they're here. And if I split the board, that means my opponent's stuff is, probably there. And I can still shoot and charge. Oh no. Like, they go where they pleases. And it's like, oh no, my opponent deployed all their stuff on the other side of the board. Let me just be over here instead. Like, you could still make the charge. It is just absurd. And then again, they have really good damage output against vehicles. If not, then it's still worth it for the cost, barely. I do have an addiction problem with Skyweavers. They are very efficient. I will admit the Void Weavers were far superior, but thankfully they were nerfed. Unless I'm mistaken, because the troop rule does not require army, I need to double check whether or not you still get Kegarak. I think you don't get the Luck of the Laughing God because you're not full Harlequins. You get the Power Through Pain bonuses for your Drukhari, which are good. Power Through Pain is good. But you still get the Light Sadith for Harlequins, which is going to be more so worth it. And if you're purist Drukhari, you're a pure, I don't know, hedonist torturer, sadist, I understand. Don't run this list then. Throw in racks and other things. I still am very prevalent on the Eviscerating Flyby. Just having that is so good. It's so much damage. And again, these could be at one wound. They could be Garbaggio, and you just fuck some shit up in your movement phase. Like, it's not even an attack. It's so freaking good. It is based on opponent models in a unit, though. So, against any kind of HQ thing or big model unit, it's just one mortal wound. That's the trade-off. Both all the armor and dominus and other tanky stuff. If people bring 10-man squads of Marines or something, or even a 5-man squad, 1 CP, you can maybe kill something. It's just something to think about. Or a 10-man squad of like Scarab Terminators. Maybe you get 2 Terminators with all the mortal wounds you get in, if you're lucky. That'd be really good trade. So that's the Skyweavers. They go fast. They hit. The Starweaver is going to have. This appears to be bare bone. It is not. You're going to have 2 fusion pistols, 2 neuroblasters, and other stuff on them. Some melee options, and that's going to basically be them just causing havoc in the middle of the field as well. Your Death Jester is going to have Lord of Crystal Bones because they changed the auto hit 4 times nonsense with him, which needed to get changed. So that will prevent Overwatch. So if your opponent has, let's say, Knights or something, or some Tau thing with a lot of flamers, you go into there, like the Tau runs a big, fat, juicy thing of crisis suits souped up to be super strong. Well, no Overwatch. So you're going to be shooting them. You're going to be getting into melee with them. If you so choose, but that is a skeptical choice. Skeptical. I can't speak. I'm sorry. Solitaire with Prince of Sins, because why would you have anything else? And then Shadow Seer, and I'm saying that sarcastically. You could have other things, but like Prince of Sins is so good. Shadow Seer is gonna have Neurodisruptor. They're gonna have. This is incorrect. Let me go with my battle scribe, because that is very much incorrect. I'll get back to that. So the list is going to have a Drukhari Patrol Detachment plus a Harlequin Patrol Detachment for ending up at 2,000 points, 10 CP, 1 Succubus, 1 X5 Witches Painbringer, 2 Void Raven Bombers, 1 Shadow Seer, 1 5-man Troop Squad, 1 Death Jester with Lord of Crystal Bones, 1 Solitaire Prince of Sins, 2 5-man squads of Skyweavers, 1 3-man squad of Void Weavers, because they are a single unit, 3 model unit, and then 1 Starweaver. The Sadith Light Blaze of Light for the Harlequins. Each time an attack is made against this unit with the characterization, if the attack model is more than 12 inches away, it gets trans on hit roll. So your opponent's hit roll, which is better to have generally, 1 through 3 fails, irrespective of anything they have, and because of most of the stuff they have, the Mirage launchers and nonsense. Let me see, pull this up. The hit roll cannot be re-rolled. So 1 through 3 fail, and you cannot change it. So that is just so nutty, and that's what made it before even worse with the Void Weavers, because they have that plus a -1. Where is this crap? There it is, the Mirage Launchers. So they just were just so good. So good. And then each time a unit with makes a normal move or advance in the following shoot phase, it counts as having remained stationary. And then their other bonus gets them ability to charge. Let me pull this up. The Rising Crescendo is what lets them advance and charge. So, and then army-wide, they have 4 Binvols. All their vehicles have 4 Binvols. Again, Void Launch, Void Weavers, 4 Binvols. Nutty. And then for the Witches, Obsession, Witch Cult, Agile Hunters. None of them really strike out for me in this list. They don't really get the limelight, so this is the best one you can get. Each time with the Obsession makes an attack, the target unit that can fly, add 1 to the hit roll. That'll help you if your opponent has any fly, which you might make a resurgence. It's not really meta, but the thing is this will actually affect your Void Raven bombers and their attacks. Nothing else will. And considering they're the majority of the Drukhari detachment here, I chose that. And then if it has combat drugs ability, it has the high specs, then add 4 to the move characteristic is not very relevant. For the Succubus, I did give her, so she has lightning dodge, brights of death, no escape, precision blows, and then she has the animus vitae, I believe, and razor flails. I think one of those is a relic. Well, I guarantee so she has a relic. So for the Shadow Seer, let me go back to this on Battlescribe. My Shadow Seer actually has Gloom Spider, because Mirror Architect, you have to choose 1 core, which is for Harlequins, just the bikes or the troops, and the troops are in the vehicle, Starweaver transport. So I feel like it's more prudent to get Gloom Spider, which is in your command phase, 1 enemy unit within 12 inches of the model. No one gets their auras, including them. It's a complete aura shutdown, which for some armies, that's very good. The other option is Agent Pandemonium, which an enemy unit within 6 inches of them, they don't get attacks. They get -1 attacks. Oh my god, why am I so tired? I think I must have caught a cold. So that's very good, but it's so niche because of the aura. You can, of course, do well, I would like to be able to increase it via the stone, but you can't because of how the detachment works. You're not able to get a relic on this HQ, so that will not be happening because this is a Drukhari detachment. I do have Mirror Minds and Webway Dance because laughs and mortal wounds. And you still have the Shield from Harm, which works for core, which is bites. So that will be helping you out greatly. Again, you could make this more actually Drukhari focused. If you want to be down and dirty, and you could just do the the triad where you have 1 homunculus, 1 cabal, and all the other covenant and obsession stuff, witch cult. You could do that. That'd be cool narrative for these sick bastards. But for efficiency, honestly, I believe this list is more efficient. The weaknesses of this list: if your opponent doesn't have vehicles, oh no. If your opponent doesn't really have flyers, then you don't really get the bonus for them. And then if your opponent, doesn't have high amount of models per their units, then these just ain't doing that much. It's still gonna be good, but that's when the list suffers. So if your opponent has a bunch of 1 wound, low toughness, 5 model units as their focus, this list is just overshooting what it's supposed to be doing, and thus it's losing efficiency because it's going to overkill your opponent's units, and you're not going to be getting the full power out of it because it's not spec'd correctly. But 'tis the game of randomness, because otherwise you'd be tailoring your list towards a specific opponent, which then it's unfair for your opponent because you have a tailored advantage against them, and it's unfair for you because you're not getting the most out of the game playing as the underdog, and in a way, you're kind of cheating yourself. So this list can be very good against vehicles, and then if I love Necrons, but against stuff like Necrons, or if someone brings a horde swarm of orcs and stuff, or demons, and they don't want to HQ spam, which you need to HQ spam honestly with demons. Yeah, they're gonna have a bad time because of Void Raven bombers. So let me show these off. This is such betrayal to Drukhari. I'm so sorry, Drukhari. But to be fair, this is one of those Xenos things where they did it first, where the traveling troop. And spoiler, my craft world list is going to be similar as well, because of the advantages that Harlequins have. I think I've said several times already, but I am supportive of the changes they made to nerf Harlequins. They were pretty nutty. Drukhari Power Through Pain is good, but I equivalent that to being a 6 up Feel No Pain. A 6 up Feel No Pain is good, but it's 1 out of 6. If your opponent gets it a couple times, or you get it a few times, good. You're supposed to. If you consistently roll 6s nonstop, well, the statistics say that shouldn't happen. So that's very unfortunate. This is just a regular. This is like the sergeant of the Wyches, and here we go. These two, and that's how I kind of felt about Drukhari Power Through Pain. That you just get like unnaturally lucky for making it very very good when its efficiency should just be respectable. Just real good RNG can make them nasty. Again, if I think this list can be interesting. I mean, heck, the Prophet of Yanid, she kind of like transformed slash became the Prophet at a Drukhari Death Arena. So they're kind of related in that sense, more than the Craft World, honestly. The Craft World a bit more chill with the Harlequins when it comes to stuff like Black Library and just wisdom. And more people joined the Harlequins later from both. Yeah. I think I've pretty much said everything that I need to say for this list. It's it's a bit more swingy than the other lists, but when it swings towards its advantage, which your opponent just if they just have one vehicle, just gone. If they have one 10-man squad unit, screw it. Send both Void Raven bombers there, throw the bombs on them, and do the Eviserating flyby. Like, goodbye. You should be able to get above 400 damage turn 1 with everything in this list, including the Void Weavers. Like, oh, and turn 1 you can turn off Overwatch and charge. Realistically, reasonably, and succeed. With that said, apparently I have a call, and I'm going to be ending it here. If you have any questions, advice, complaints, comments, free like, share, subscribe, and throw it in below.